Sup peeps, my name's Ian. I sell books on eBay, and it's been a day or two, hasn't it? There's been quite a lot going on. I have been trying to get organised to run a wee live sale here on YouTube, but whilst that was getting done, I also finally got notification from Whatnot that I'm allowed to sell. So I may not be doing the YouTube thing, and I might just go straight on to Whatnot and see how that works out. I've got a introduction meeting thing later this afternoon, and after that I'm hoping I'll be able to get a live show scheduled. So we'll see how that works out. I've been really keen to get onto Whatnot for quite some time, but they hadn't been letting booksellers on. That I'm hoping has now changed, and it's not just a kind of generic invitation thing I've received for them to turn around and say, oh aye, you can, but you're not allowed to sell books. It's been a bit of a process getting that sorted out. You've got to demonstrate that you've got lots of stock and this, that and the other. So as soon as I get that sorted, in the next video, once I know that's happening, I'll let you all know when that first sale is going to be. And if any of you would like to come over to Whatnot and join me for that, that would be absolutely fantastic. It would be great to see you all there. Right, what else has been happening? Selling stuff, obviously. I sell books on eBay, and that is what I've been doing. I've had a lot of sales going out over the weekend. It's getting to the end of the month, so that typically sees a wee uplift in what is happening. This has caused me a few problems, I have to say. The place where I drop off the parcels has said they can't take them anymore. There's too many. I don't know. There's not enough for the carrier to give me a business account and come and collect, but there's too many for them to take there. So I'm just looking at alternatives to get stuff dropped off. I don't want to have to drive 20 miles every day just to drop off some parcels, so looking at how to get around that. I'm hoping I can go straight to the depot and drop them there, but I'll find that out later today as well. It's been an interesting one. Hasn't stopped me getting anything shipped out yet, but it's something I'm having to have a wee look at and try and work out the best way to deal with it. But it's frustrating, and it was a bank holiday weekend, so therefore I think I had about 60 parcels to drop off at the one place, and their eyes, obviously they had a whole weekend's worth of other stuff that had been dropped in by people because there hadn't been any pickups Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm hoping it was just a bit of a knee-jerk reaction from them, and that they'll still be able to take what my typical daily load is, but it's a bit annoying to say the least. A problem I could do without. I've had a negative feedback. It happens. It's not a significant issue, but it's an annoying one. Item was due to be delivered. Delivery was attempted on that date. This is according to tracking, and I know tracking you always have to take with a wee pinch of salt. You know, another 4 attempts were made to deliver it, and it was only on the final 5th attempt that the buyer actually accepted the item. So the tracking shows that they've attempted to deliver it. Did they or did they not? I don't know. Did somebody just tick a box to say, aye, we tried it, but they never actually bothered getting to that part of the route? It's very difficult to say, but that's the feedback that's been left. It took 12 days to arrive. Well, actually no, it took 2 days to arrive, and then it wasn't received or accepted until the 12th day. So we're putting a wee revision request for that, but I'm not really expecting that to happen. But it's a bit frustrating. The feedback is relevant and it's there. Then I don't have a problem with that. That's absolutely fine. That's what the feedback system is for, and it lets me have a look at what I'm doing to see where I can improve things. But when it's something that's completely out with your control like that, it's annoying, and it's even more frustrating when it would appear that everything had happened as it should, and it was at the buyer's end that they didn't actually accept the parcel or went in to accept it, or whatever that reason might be. Anyway, that's a wee aside. Everybody gets negative feedback now and again. I think I've had 4 in the last year, and 2 of them were from the one buyer. That's, you know, they've sold about 10,000 books. I can live with that, but it's really not an issue. It's just a bit frustrating, especially when it's a recent one, in case that's what people are seeing, and that it can impact sales. There's no doubt. You know, one negative can impact sales, not significantly, but it can do that. Anyway, what else? I've learnt a couple of things in the last fortnight. I would have shared this at the weekend, but I haven't made any videos since Friday, and that one didn't upload, and I didn't notice that until Sunday, so that's why you got a kind of weird one on Sunday. Lee Child books. I had taken down my Lee Child variation listing and put the books all up as individual titles. I did this because I know what sells Lee Child wise, you know, what kind of consistency of sales I get, how often they go. So I thought, right, if I change them over to the individual listings, it actually works out cheaper for the buyer if they still buy a bundle at a time. And I wanted to see if that would generate more sales or fewer sales than the other way around. And I can now categorically state that it is way, way, way fewer sales. Typically, in a 2-week period, I would sell about 20 Lee Child books. In the last 2 weeks, I've sold 1. So it's, you know, business profit wise, it's not a huge loss, which is why I tried it with something quite specific, but that had a good regular steady history. So I might have lost like 20 quid in profit over that period. But now I need to get all of those listings taken down and put them back into a variation listing and try and get those sales moving again. So lesson learnt there. Even though it works out cheaper for the buyer, the individual items do not sell as well as if you've got everything together in that variation listing where people can go in and choose, boom, 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 what they want. Sales over the weekend, obviously they're all picked, packed and posted. If I get the opportunity, I'll try and do a wee kind of summary of what some of those were. But for now, let's just have a look at what's gone out since kind of yesterday afternoon through to this morning, and see if there's anything in there that takes your interest, catches your eye, informs you of what you may do yourself. Anyway, first up, we've got a pre-made bundle of 6 romance books. I can't remember exactly what's in here, but we've got Debbie McComber, Philippa Ashley, somebody else, and somebody else. Josie Silver is the one I can see on top. The 5 of them went for £12.34. That was, I sent out, because it's the end of the month, I sent out a load of offers. When I put offers out, I don't put on a big discount. I turn off the counter offers because, to be honest, most of these things are as cheap as I can make them. A 5% discount is all I put out there, and it's really just to remind people they've got it in their basket. And I typically get a handful of sales out of that. I think it was about 250 offers in total went out. Excuse me a moment. Right, £12.34 for that. Next, we've got a pile of Marion Keyes books, which are here somewhere. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She does like a meaty book or two, does Marion Keyes. The 5 of them, £12.54. And they're probably going to be over 2 kilos, but this is how we roll. Next, a couple of DVDs, which were here somewhere. There they are. So I've not been doing much with the DVDs lately. I've picked a lot up, but I've listed very, very few, I'll be honest. It's just one of the things I am not getting to. But we've got Clive Barker's The Plague and The Crazies heading out, and the 2 of them went for £8.99. So at 10p each to buy them. That is a nice little sale. Going to Sarah. Enjoy those, Sarah. Next, heading to Claire, we've got the first of 2 Tolkien books going out today, and this is The Hobbit. It's the original cover art. Came out in 2006. Really good condition. It's a lovely wee book. It's anyone who knows anything with books recognises that cover. It is quite iconic. £9.99 that's sold for. And then we have another single book. This one sold for £6. It's relatively new. Holly Jackson. So Good Girl's Guide to Murder is the one that everybody would know of hers, and this is, I think, our latest release. 5 survive, 8 hours, 6 friends, 1 sniper, 5 survive, by Holly Jackson. Let's say £6 for that one, heading out the door. Is this a 2023? First edition, 2022, so it may not be her latest book. Yeah, but £6 for that one, so another nice wee single sale. Then we've got a Folio Society book, not one of the ones I have just picked up, one that I've had for a little while. This is going to Nick, who is a fairly regular buyer, I think. It is The Moon's a Balloon, David Niven, and this went for £33.65. Lovely book. Some of the Folio Society books are a bit bland, but some of them just have that nice extra colour. Excellent condition. Let us say £33.65, heading to Nick. So thank you, Nick. It'll be with you shortly. Next, going to one of my favourite authors, The Best of the Kinks. So it's music score, £4.25. I'm guessing that will go large letter. It might be a bit long or wide, but I'm hoping not. 30 by 23. No, that'll go large letter. So £4.25 for the Kinks, heading to John. Then another wee stack. It's quite a good balanced mix today. We've got 5 Jacqueline Wilson paperbacks, £12.99. Somebody's summer reading getting sorted out. And then I've had these for a wee while. Yeah, I kind of forgot I had them, to be honest. But it's 2 wargaming books. World War II wargaming, Tank Battles in Miniature is the other one. Bruce Quarry, Stuart Asquith. So yeah, I've had these for maybe 2 or 3 months, but they've gone £18.99 for the 2 of those. So let's see, another quite nice wee individual sale. Last couple of orders. Number 6, volume 9, bit of manga, £4.25, you know, not a big sale. And that one's going to Ellie. And finally, the second token of the day, the Silmarillion. I always struggle to say that unless I stop and think about it. The Silmarillion by J.R.R. John Ronald Rule Tolkien, 2013 edition. Very nice, really good, clean, very good condition copy. But again, it's only sold for £4.25. So that's everything I need to get packed up today. Won't take long, so hopefully I've got plenty of time going with other things. I did do a wee pick up on Sunday. Didn't get anything spectacular. 100 odd books, lots of bread and butter, and I'm still working through getting those listed. The last few pickups I've done, there's been very little in the way of, you know, like a big stack by a single author, It's been lots of individuals, so I kind of sit on them till the next pickup to see if I maybe end up with like 3, 4, 5 from the same author, because that makes the whole listing process an awful lot quicker. But it's just not been working out that way, so I have been picking away at them. It's going into listings just to add on a quantity of 1, which is really not the optimal way to do it, but it gets them listed. That's all to the good. They will get done. A big stack of like Penguin Classics. So I maybe got about 20 Penguin Classics books. John Galsworthy, Dickens, Tolstoy, Wilkie Collins, Forrester, John Buchan, just a big stack of those. Got them all listed, so hopefully that will get a wee surge in those types of sales. But I say nothing spectacular to share from any of those pickups. Everything was pretty bog standard. I'm just glancing at the shelves to make sure that I'm correct in what I am saying and that I've not missed something absolutely banging that I should be sharing with you. No, nothing there. Let's see if I can get into my other orders. And I'll tell you some of the stuff that's sold, whether or not I'll be able to grab screenshots and stick them in, time allowing, I don't know, but we shall see. So we had, I was going to say in no particular order, but it's very much in a particular order because it's the order that appears on the screen. Coffee. Right, that's that done and out of the way. Clean the moustache. We sold The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey for £4.25. And I found another copy of that, which I don't even know if I've got it listed. Star Wars Thrawn by Timothy Zahn, £4.99. The Crooked Kingdom, try that one again. Crooked Kingdom by Lee Bardugo, £4.99. Chris Carter, Genesis, paperback for £4.55. Skippy Dies, can't imagine what that's about, by Paul Murray, and that went for a massive £4.04, so that's one that went out with an offer. Then we had another one that went on offer, The Volunteer, so true story of the resistance hero who infiltrated Auschwitz, so £4.04 for that one again. The Ballad of Never After, the stunning sequel by Stephanie Gerber. Oh, that one's not been paid for yet. Let me have a wee look. A bundle of Oscar Wilde books, 6 little Oscar Wilde books. They went for £12.34, so that was another one that went on offer. Then a copy of The Seven Sisters for £4.99, paperback. That's the Lucinda Riley book. A signed copy of Anne Cleeve's The Seagull, which went for £14.24. Another one that went on offer. Another copy of The Seven Sisters by Lucinda Riley that went for £4.74. So that's one went normal, one went on offer. Broken Light by Joanne Harris, £6.86. Book Lovers by Emily Henry, £4.99. A Big Bundle of Baldacci for £14.34. So a hardcover and some paperbacks in there. Clive Cussler, Floodtide hardcover, only £4.25 on that one. Another Star Wars book, Journey to Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. We hardback book from 2015. It was in excellent condition and that sold for £14.99. And then there's been a wee trend on these next ones. Richard Osman, first 3 books, hardcover bundle, £16.99. I had quite a few of these listed and they're just about all gone. The Skull Throne, Peter V. Brett, £4.40. A Rod McEwen, Book of Days and Months of Sundays from 1981. Poet, songwriter, that went for £13.99. Then The God Delusion, Richard Dawkins, £4.25. Oh, this one was quite nice. Omen 2, Damien by Joseph Howard. So that's the book of the film, rather than previously it was a film of a book. That went for £10. Peter May, 3 Peter May books, £10.99. 5 Karen Slaughter books, £12.99. Another bundle of Northern Lights, Historic Materials Trilogy. This was the paperback Scholastic edition. Another? Oh no, this is the first one I'm telling you about. This is another one that's going on a wee trend. 3 books in the trilogy, Scholastic edition, £8.99. Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon, compendium hardcover book for £5.99. Another Chris Carter book, An Evil Mind, hardcover this time, only £4.25. The second bundle of Richard Osman hardcover books, so again the 3 of those, £16.99. The reissue of A Game of Thrones, so it's the kind of beigey browny colour book. It's the reissue of that one, this time it's all black and glossy. That sold for £4.65. Then we had some auctions finishing over the weekend. I didn't get up as many as I would have liked, but a handful of things still sold. So we had Jack Vetriano, a retrospective, that ended up going for a total of £4.98. Then another bundle of Richard Osman. This time it was the paperbacks. So again, books 1, 2 and 3, £9.99. A Led Zeppelin book that went on auction for £4.98. And Nora Roberts, the Dream Trilogy. So Finding the Dream, Holding the Dream, something else to dream, I don't know. I've got quite a lot of Nora Roberts books listed, but I picked these all up, really good condition, and it was the complete set, all the same edition for that particular series. So I listed them up in one go, and they sold for £9.99. The Black Rabbit by Philippa Leathers. It's a hardcover book, kids book, but it was really, really nice looking book. That went for £5. A bundle of Beast Quest books. So I do have a lot of Beast Quest books, but I picked up a stack the other day, a week or so ago, and 10 of them had all had the cards cut out. So I took the ones that had the cards, added them to my listings, took the 10 that were left and just stuck them up for 99p to see what would happen, at auction plus postage. So they ended up selling for 99p, but £4.98 back on those. I paid I can't remember, but it was pennies on those that I got them for. So I'll have made pennies, but that just gets them out of the way. We've had 5 Julia Donaldson. Picked up a big stack of Julia Donaldson the other day, actually. Added them to those listings, so hopefully they'll kick in soon. But 5 Julia D's for £12.84. What's that? Polar Express, Blu-ray 3D and the Blu-ray, £6.99. So that was another 99p start auction that sold for £3 plus postage. And then 5 romance books. It's actually more kind of family saga books, to be honest. I didn't really get the title right on that one. Another one that I just stuck them onto auction to see what would happen there. So the 5 of those sold for 99p plus postage, £4.98 for 5 books. It's not good business, but I wanted to see if there was any potential to sell that kind of lot at auction. It turns out there isn't. Who'd thunk it? Then I picked up a big stack of Garfield books as well. So there was 4 kind of paperback size books, and then I think 4 or 5 big large format ones. So I put the paperback books into a bundle, stuck them on at auction, £5.89 they sold for. That's including postage. So again, not much money in that one. 4 Anne O'Brien books, a pre-made bundle. That's kind of historical fiction she writes, £9.99. Clive Cussler, what was that? 4 Clive Cusslers for £12.99. Oh, I like that. 5 Martina Coles for £12.99. So a lot of this, it's all bread and butter. We've got some Anne Cleeves. We've got what's something that's gone rather well. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. Charlie Mackesy. So I picked up a stack of these, I think 7 or 8 of them, a couple of weeks ago. And we've got one buyer, I think, has ended up buying about 3, but at different times. So it's been buy and post them, buy and post them, buy and post them. £9.99 each these sold for, so there's one of them. Then some more Anne Cleeves. Then some Jenny Colgan. Then I'm just looking to see if there's anything that's got particular interest in this lot. Some more Jacqueline Wilson. A nice wee copy of Lords and Ladies, a first paperback that went for a tenner. That was quite nice. A book called Raise Your Vibration by Kyle Gray. I think I had that listed for like £9 or something, and they came back with an offer of £8, so I took that. That was quite nice. Raise Your Vibration, Kyle Gray. Possibly worth keeping your eyes open for that one. Some Karen Slaughter, some Dick Francis, Val McDermott again, Robert Jordan, Vonnegut, The Dutch House, a big lot of Wilbur Smith hardcover books. So it was like 8 vintage hardcovers, a couple of BCAs, a couple of normals. I think there was maybe like 1 first edition in there, but the 8 of them went for £29.99, which was quite nice. Taylor Jenkins Reid, Jill Mansell, there's another Charlie Mackesy one, and that's to the same buyer again. And some Lee Bardugo, I always want to call her Leah, but it's Lee Baldacci, Denzel Merrick, Wilbur Smith, yeah, you're getting the idea. Bit of Captain Underpants in there. Metro 2033. Philippa Gregory. Now, I may have covered some of these already, I don't know, but Philippa Gregory, Normal Woman, 900 Years of Making History by Philippa Gregory, hardcover, first edition, $10.99. So that's quite a new book. It's a non-fiction book, which isn't her usual, but it went quite nicely indeed. Oh, and yet another Charlie Mackesy. So yeah, it has been a pretty busy weekend sales-wise. Nothing crazy. Just meant that there was an awful lot to do all at once, because I actually kind of had a couple of days off over the weekend and then did it all on Monday. So that was a lot to get packed up and ready to go and get dropped off yesterday morning, hence the issues I had with the drop off, because it was like 4 big IKEA bags full of parcels. And I get it with the shops, they've got a limited space to put these things in, and that's I don't have an issue with that. They say we can't take them, we don't have space. That's fine, let's work around it. But the reason I was given by the owner of the store was that it ties up staff resource. Do they take these parcels for free? Are they charitable that way? They help, the big delivery companies make money. They don't take anything for putting that effort in, or are they getting an amount of money for each item that they take in and scan? I don't know how that works. If anybody does, it'd be interesting to know what they're making off the back of that. But if I'm dropping off 50 or 60 parcels and they're making, I have no idea, but if they're making 10 pence a parcel, that's what, £6 profit for what takes a few minutes to scan them through. How does that compare to somebody going in and buying a packet of rolls and a packet of fags? I don't know. Do we shops not want to sell stuff that has low profit margins? So if somebody goes in with a basket full of food and everything on it, they're only making pennies, are they going to say, nah, sorry, we're not going to sell you that because you're tying up staff, it's not worth their while? Okay, I don't know. So if they haven't got space, I completely understand that. Saying that it ties up staff and they don't want to do it for that reason, that's just kind of ridiculous. If it's really not worth your while taking the parcels in, why are you a parcel shop? Yeah. Does it, people come in to drop off parcels and then buy something else as well? From what I've seen using various different places, that's not the case. People who would be going to that shop anyway will drop off parcels when they're there, but it doesn't seem to do much to increase sales, and I'm quite sure somebody out there will have the metrics on that and will be able to prove that I'm completely wrong. But I'm guessing that if you looked at your kind of 6 to 12 months before becoming an Every or a Yodel or a whatever drop off, and then your 6 to 12 after, you're not going to see any difference that you'll be able to attribute to the parcel drop off piece. Nothing significant anyway. So they're making money from getting the parcels, so saying that they don't want to tie up staff resources making money for the shop, that's just a nonsense. That's a bit irritating. Saying I don't have space to take these, I completely understand. That's fine. What time does your guy usually pick up? I'll come back after that and fill up your barrel at that point. How does that work for you? Who knows? But anyway, if they don't want them, that's absolutely fine. I do have other options that I am working through that may end up actually being more convenient for me. So yeah, we'll just see how that one goes. Anyway, I'm kind of flapping my gums a wee bit here. Recap. Lots of sales. Whatnot is hopefully coming very, very soon. It would be great to see some of you, if not all of you, over there to join me on my first auction. Date to be confirmed. And, oh yes, let's just check. Now, at the weekend, I hit 1,500 subscribers. But then it went back down to $14.99. And now it's gone back up to 1,500. So, we're at 1,500 subscribers. So thank you all so much. Those of you that have subscribed, those of you that haven't watched the videos anyway. Cheers anyhow. I don't know what our next target's going to be, but 2,000 seems sensible, but that seems like a long way away at the moment. Yeah, so 1,500 subs. Thank you all. I'll need to update my wee intro end screen things because it says 1.4, now it can say 1.5. Progress. It keeps going. So thanks again to all who have done that, and hopefully for the rest of this week we kind of back on track with getting these videos out as daily as possible. Let's say it has been a bit of a lull just with, let's say, other bits and pieces going on, taking a couple of days off and then not really having time to go through all the orders before getting them packed up. You know how it is. But back on track, things are looking good. I'll see you all soon.